Hello students, now let's study past tenses. In this video, I'm going to talk about the past tenses. So let's come to know the combined structures and uses of all the four past tenses, and then we will study the separate structures and uses of all these different four parts of tenses. As you know, the past tenses are the indicative of all those works which we do in the past, and it has its four forms as per the aspect of tenses. So the first form of the tenses you can say is the simple past tense. Simple past tense is expressed with the structure of subject plus second form of the verb. Second form of the verb you can also tell like it's a past form of the verb. See the example. We saw a movie about airline disasters last night. Now we will discuss more about it in the next slide with its uses. Come to know the past continuous. Past continuous structure is subject plus was verb plus V4. Remember, continuous or progressive tenses are expressed with the fourth form of the verb. So, see the example. You were preparing for a test. Here, were preparing expresses past continuous tenses. Next, the past perfect tense. Past perfect tense talks about subject plus had and the third form of the verb. Remember, third form is also called the perfect form of the verb. See the example. She had changed the air cooler. She had changed. So had changed indicates the past perfect. The fourth one is past perfect continuous with the structure subject plus had been and then the fourth form. Remember, continuous or progressive takes the fourth form, that is also called the ing form of the verb. Here is the example. He had been learning guitar for 7 months. So see, learning guitar for 7 months indicate past perfect continuous tenses. Now let's study simple past in detail. You know that all these tenses or sentences have three forms which we study. If we want, we can also make the fourth form of sentence like which will be present or past or any tense with its interrogative negative structure. But we are going to study all the three structural form or sentences. The first in simple past is positive sentence, and for positive sentences of simple past we study subject and the second form of the verb. Let's see the example. I went out yesterday. Remember, yesterday indicate the past activity, past time, and so went out. Went is the second form of go. So I went out is the simple past tense example. For making any kind of simple past sentences, you must use the second form of the verb. Or you can say only in simple past tenses we use the second form of the verbs. Now see the question. Remember guys, in question sentences we use did as the helping verb for simple past tenses. So the sentence will be, did you go out yesterday? Remember, with do, does and did we always use first form of the verb. So here we are using did as the helping verb. So after did we will use the first form and so here it is go. Did you go out yesterday? In the negative sentences, we will use did not. Like, I did not go out yesterday. Likewise, whenever you talk about writing any story, whenever you talk about describing any event, you remember to use simple past tenses. Simple past tenses are very frequently used in diary writing, event description, story writing, and moreover, it is also used to express the work which you have done and that kind of work which started and ended. So now let's know more about it and its uses. Remember, simple past tenses are used in various forms, in various situations. So here we go. To indicate that an action or event took place at a specific time in the past. Remember, the action or event started and took place, started and commenced. Then we use simple past. He joined this class or this school last month. Look at joining of the work started and commenced, started and ended. So it is in simple past tense. Next example, to indicate that an action or event occurred over a period of time in the past. Remember, it occurred over a period of time in the past with the implication that it is no longer true in the present. It means the work occurred and it's not required that it will be true in the present or it will be staying its existence in the present. Let's see the example. I lived in Jaipur for 16 years. Look at living in the Jaipur. Living in Jaipur was the work which was there in the past, but it's not required that I am living now in Jaipur. So in such situation, the work occurred in the past only and the present existence is not there. Now next example, Zay was on the crew in June. See, he was on the crew in June, but now he may not be there. So indicating such works can be done in the simple past tenses. One more thing that you should pay attention over here is that simple past tenses are generally indicated with second form of the verb. So all those irregular verbs with their second form will also be used in it. So I think you understood and get uses of simple past tenses clearly over here. Now let's study past continuous tenses. In the past continuous tenses, we have form like positive, negative and interrogative sentences. In positive, we use subject plus was, were and then fourth form of the verb, that is ing form, and that is why it is called continuous. Remember, continuous form means the fourth form or ing form of this verb. Here is the example. She was reading. See, she was reading. Was indicate the past activity. Children, you must remember one thing here, that if after was, were, you are using noun or adjectives, then they will be indicative of simple past. They won't be added or counted in past continuous. Here, it is ing form which makes it verb in continuous. So she was reading is in continuous. Its question sentence will be was will come in the beginning of the sentence. So it is was she reading, and for making its negative, not will come after was or were. She was not reading. She wasn't reading. Remember, was is used with third person singular number, that is he, she, it, or any name or any singular object. Let's know the uses of past continuous tenses. In past continuous tenses, we use it to express that an activity was in progress at a specific point of time in the past. Remember, in the past, something continued or something was progress, and to express those progressive work, we use past continuous tenses. You can see the example. I was packing to go to Japan at 8 p.m. last night. Remember, last night indicates that at that moment I was packing, but the presently I may not be packing or the packing work is over. That's why it is in past. Last night. Guys, you must point out or find out the time indicative words which will help you to know and differentiate the tenses and their uses. Here, last night is the word which indicates the work was in the past. Now, the next use is to show that an activity lasted for a period of time in the past. Remember, emphasize on the duration. Activity lasted in the past. See the example? I was working when phone rang. See, I was working when the phone rang. Means before ringing of the phone, I was continuously doing the work. So the last activity got over and then the phone rang. The next one example you can say, I was reading while you were sleeping. So likewise, you can use past continuous tenses to indicate all those works which continued in the past for progressive time, and hope you understood the uses of tenses, uses of past tenses. Keep learning, keep enjoying, and have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.